Hi boys and girls, how are you? Alright, so here we are. We're gonna do our Tuesday pages for reading and language arts and spelling and phonics. And well, we were supposed to do this page, page 112 today Tuesday, but instead of that we did it yesterday, Monday. It's alright, no problem. I just want to make sure that you did it. And it's alright if you did it yesterday, because that was my mistake during the video. So don't forget to write your name at the top. This one was assigned for today, Tuesday, but I know I forgot and I did it on the video for Monday. So it's alright. We were using my, the possessive pronouns, my, your, his, and her. It's alright. We already used them. If you need to pause the video now and write down your answers, you can do so now. All the words are on the screen, so all you have to do is pause the video and copy your answers now. We already went over this page on our video for Monday. All right, so right now we're gonna go ahead and do page 113, and we're gonna do order of events. So it's important when you read a story that you remember what happened first, what happened next, what happens last. But today we're only gonna focus on the first part of Whistle for Willie. So if you want to pause the video now and go to the video that has the story, it's alright too. I'm gonna show you really quick the first part of the story, but before I do that, I want you to go ahead and write your name at the top of the page. So don't forget, it's super important, boys and girls, that you write your name at the top of the page. If you're ready, you can pause the video, write your name, and then unpause the video again. I'll still be here. No worries. Okay, so don't forget name and date, please. Well, not date, but name and your last name. All right, boys and girls, so we're gonna go really quick back to the first part of the story. And I don't know if you remember how Peter, he wished to whistle more than anything else, but he couldn't. At the beginning of the story, Peter couldn't whistle. He wanted and he tried, but he couldn't. And this is a very important part of the story, because this is a part of the story that we want to summarize on that page. I think it's page 113. So it says over here, Peter saw his dog, Willie, coming. Quick as a wink, he hid in an empty carton lying on the sidewalk. So this is the carton where Willie is hiding. Oh no, I'm sorry, where Peter is hiding, because Willie is the dog. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so this is Willie, the dog, and this is Peter. Peter saw Willie coming and he's hiding inside the box. But why is he hiding inside that box? Well, we're gonna find out why. It says, wouldn't it be funny if I whistled? Peter thought. Willie would stop and look all around to see who it was. Peter tried again to whistle, but still he couldn't. So Willie just walked on. Oh my goodness, that I'm sure that made Peter sad, right? So, but now we have the answer for our page over here, where we're gonna do a little bit of order of events. It says, finish the sentences. Give a summary of the first part of Whistle for Willie. And that's what we're gonna do right now. So right now it says, Peter wished. Do you remember what Peter wished? Well, he certainly wished he could whistle, right? Okay, so that's what we're gonna write. Peter wished we're continuing a sentence, so we don't have to begin with uppercase here. He could whistle. That's what he wished for. I know everything is not going to fit in the sentence, in that line. It's alright. We still put a period. So don't write too big, because we only have one line. Alright, boys and girls. So let's see what it says now. Now it says he tried. What is it that he tried? Well, when he was inside the box, the carton box, he tried to whistle. That's what we're going to write. He tried to whistle, right? And that's what we're writing. And then you can finish your sentence using a period. All right, let's see what's next. Now it says, when Peter saw Willie, he blank. And we have 2 lines. We have a line and half of another line to write our answer. It says, when Peter saw Willie, he what? Do you remember what he did? Well, when Peter saw Willie, he hid inside a box. And that's what we're writing. He hid inside a box. And we finish with a period because we have to put a period at the end of a sentence, right? Now, we're moving on to the last one, to the last part. This is what happened last, but just in the first part of our story. And he says, then. So this is a word that we usually use to show transition. We use first, next, then, last. So we could use last here, but this is not the end of the story. We don't want to use last. We want to use then. Then Willie, do you remember what he tried to do inside the box? Yeah, you're right. He tried to whistle, but he couldn't, right? Not this time. Then Willie tried to whistle. And we are going to take advantage that we have some more space to tell what happened. Then Willie tried to whistle. But was he able to whistle? No, he wasn't. We're going to write it down. Willie tried to whistle, but he could not. But he could not. So how about if we, instead of writing could not, we could write the contraction. We could write couldn't. So we're going to put the word could, and we are going to write it instead of could not, we're going to write it as a contraction. So when we contract could with the word not, we put the N over here, we replace the O with an apostrophe, and we put a T. And now we're done. We put a period at the end. So this is what happened. At the beginning, Peter wished he could whistle. He tried to whistle. When Peter saw Willie, he hid inside a box. Then Willie tried to whistle, but he couldn't. All right, boys and girls. So if you need to pause the video and copy your answers because you were watching the video during this time and you didn't want to miss anything, you can pause the video now and you can copy your answers. And then you can unpause the video and well, I'll be waiting for you on the next page, all right? Okay, here we go. I believe this is our last page for today. So let's see what we have here. All right, so let's see how many syllables. Okay, so it says read each word. Circle how many syllables it has. Hint. So hint is like a clue. Each time you hear a vowel sound, there is a syllable. So that's a hint. Every time that you hear that that A or, well, usually we're more used to listening to the short vowel sounds than to the long vowel sounds. But don't forget, every vowel has 2 sounds. So the A, these are your vowels, A, E, I, O, and U. These are your vowels. But every vowel makes 2 sounds, right? The A says A, and the A says A. The E says E, but the E also says E. The I says E, but it also says I. The O says O, but it also says O. And the U says O, but it also says U. So you have to remember, these are your vowels. And that's what we're looking for. We're gonna focus on finding the vowel sounds to see how many syllables you hear. Let's go for the first word. We have ha, mer, ha, mer, ha, mer. How many syllables do you hear? Well, if you said 2, you're right. We can hear 2 syllables. Ha is one, mer is the second one. We can hear 2 syllables in the word hammer. Let's move on to number 2. Number 2, we say doctor, doctor, doctor. You can even clap, or you can move your head side to side. These are things that you can do. Doctor. You can tap on with your finger to find the syllables. Doctor. Doctor has 2 syllables. So we go ahead and we circle 2. Here we go. We're moving on to number 3. So number 3, we have stood, stood, stood. How many syllables do you hear this time, boys and girls? How many vowel sounds do you hear? Stood, stood. You can only hear 1 vowel sound, only 1. Stood, stood. So that means, boys and girls, that stood only has 1 syllable. 1 syllable. Syllables are the parts that the word is made of. And stood only has 1 syllable. Here we go. We're moving on to number 4. Number 4 says rabbit. Rabbit. How many vowel sounds do you hear? Here's 1, a. And then here's another one, I. Rabbit. So, rabbit certainly has 2 syllables. Rabbit. 2. We circle 2 because it has 2 syllables. The word can be divided into 2 parts. Here we go to number 5. Number 5, we have Mr. Mr. How many vowel sounds do you hear? I. That's 1 vowel sound right there. Ter. That's another vowel sound right there. Mr. 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 has 2 syllables. All right, we're moving down to the last word. The last word is third. Third. How many vowel sounds do you hear? Only 1, right? Th, because this is an R control vowel. Do you remember that this was one of the last ones that we did in class? The IR, UR, and ER, they all sound because they're R controlled. So third, only 1 syllable. So we go ahead and we circle only 1 syllable. Very good. So if you want to go ahead now and pause the video, you're more than welcome to do it. And you are done with your workbook pages for now. I'll see you in a little bit for math. All right. So as soon as you're ready, you can play the video for math for today. We're going to do lesson 10.2. 10.2 or 11.2. I'm not sure. We're going to see now. Okay. See you in a little bit.